What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for PayPal holdings with the ticker symbol PYPL. Remember that if you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Before we begin, please take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate all those who are already subscribed and liked my videos. Just a reminder that this video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So looks like PayPal has been selling harshly ever since we broke outside of the range. So after this range breakout, I'm expecting PayPal to reach the 150 level because it was a measured move target. Let me show you guys that right now. You can see this was the first leg, and then if we have a successful breakout side of a range, usually we make the same move that the thickness was or the width of the range, and we reached the 144 level. So we did exceed my expectations because we dropped down to the pretty much the 121 level. So PayPal sold off more. So this measure move aren't like 100% accurate all the time. Usually we come up short a little bit, or we exceed a little bit, but it gives you a good ballpark range where we're going. So someone could have known this way back here, and that's when I came out with my video that PayPal was going to reach this target when we were consolidating right here. So how did PayPal sell off this harshly? Well, there's two things. There's actually one just major thing. It's basically a downtrend. So even if we have good earnings in a downtrend, most likely we'll probably continue to sell off. Even if we do get a pullback from the downtrend, it's just going to be a dead cat bounce, which will and then sellers just take back what the buyers had. So even if we do get a bounce in a downtrend from an earnings report, usually that just will be taken back and will probably continue even lower than where the bounce was. So in this case, PayPal got rejected from what I believe to be the resistance side of the channel, and it stopped right at the support side. So I don't think this is random. I think this is the channel that PayPal is respecting, especially since the midline is acting as both support and resistance. The EMA is pointing down and everything's kind of lining up. So I believe this is the channel currently in play. Let's go ahead and make this orange. I'll make the channel orange. So like I said before, my target for PayPal is right around the 150 level, 144 level, and we pretty much exceeded it. And now we are bouncing right at prior resistance. So this could be leading to a small rally for PayPal, especially since we are oversold. We did fill in this gap that PayPal created back here in 2020. You can see that there was a huge gap on the chart, and these empty spaces like to be filled. Just like over here, you can see there was a gap here. Prices went up, came back, filling the gap before continuing higher. So a lot of gaps are filled pretty quickly before price action likes to continue in the direction. So now PayPal has filled in the gap. We just met that a few days ago, and we are at support side of the channel, and we're getting super far from the EMA. So this is what I'm expecting to happen. I'm expecting a reversal, just a temporary rally in play for PayPal. Let's see if we can get back up to the 156 level, because there is a massive gap here as well that these sellers created when moving the market in the direction that they wanted. And you can see that we could probably pull back this far, and maybe not. I'm expecting it to pull back to the 150 level, to fill 157 level, to fill in this gap. But even then, I'm still expecting maybe a double bottom before continuing higher. So there's a long wait time for PayPal to probably ever get back to its all-time high or even start an uptrend. I think the sellers are still in control of this market. You could even see that the Friday price action was very small buying, so it's not a lot of buyers at this level. So maybe there'll be more buyers when they see a double bottom or at even lower price levels. So we're gonna have to wait to see where PayPal bottoms out, but it's very difficult to pick bottoms because we can just continue to make lower lows, lower highs, and picking bottoms are losing strategies. It's always more prudent to stick with the trend until it ends. And right now, the trend doesn't look like it's ending. It looks like we are just due for a pullback right to the 155 level before seeing a break outside of the channel. And that's what you want to see, which is signs of weakness. And then maybe another push down before maybe flattening out or reversing. So maybe eventually I can see PayPal come back to the 224 level, because it is a break outside of this range and there's a gap here. So eventually I think PayPal will continue moving up, but as of right now I think the sellers are in control, and it could be a while before we see PayPal back up to these price levels. So let's take a look at one more thing. So I want to show you guys Netflix real quick. You're like, why you guys why is he showing us Netflix? Well, this is what I'm showing you, because look, you can see that Netflix was inside of a downtrend. The earnings report came out and it was massively oversold. You can see that we were very far away from the EMA and we created a huge gap here, but even then we still got a rally back up. So this to me looks like a dead cat bounce. I think there's a possibility to retest the prior low. Maybe we might get 2 legs up, but I'm still expecting a retest of the lows unless the trend up is very strong. So that's just what I mean, where we can even get a bounce even when things are very bearish. So let's go back to PayPal, and I'll see you guys on the weekly chart. Here's the weekly chart for PayPal, and it shows us the price action pretty much since 2018, 2019. And you can see that it was a massive rally up. Price action created a double top and reversed back down to the starting point. So a lot of stocks look like the same chart. So it's really no exception here. Pretty much you can see this pattern play out through all the stocks, such as Block or Peloton. Any other company that had this huge push up and started to reverse is coming right back to the starting point. So we came back to prior resistance and we're testing this level because there's probably a bunch of buy orders here. There was a gap over here, and now we are oversold because we are very far from the EMA. So I'm expecting a bounce from here. I don't know if this bounce is going to lead to a major reversal, or it's just going to be temporary. I'm sticking with temporary just because when I draw the channel, we're still inside of it. So we're pretty much stuck inside of the channel until price action does some other pattern. So the channel looks like it's in play. So like I said, I'm expecting a pullback maybe to that 155 level, maybe even to the 171 level. It looks like it is possible here because that was prior support. So if we get there, we could find resistance, make one more move down before moving sideways or reversing. Can we reach below the $100 level? Maybe. As of right now, I don't see it happening. I'm expecting a pullback because the markets don't move in straight lines. So I'm expecting a pullback because we could have a bounce here because we can form some type of support. It's not really a confirmed support, but I'm expecting a bounce from here. If we break through this level, then there is space to fall, but I doubt PayPal can reach the $100 level as of right now. If we start seeing a lot more sellers come in the market, then it will be more believable. But as of right now, I'm not that bearish on PayPal. I'm expecting a pullback and just a retest of the low before continuing higher. So that's what I have for PayPal. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised at what you could learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver good content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.